I mean, if I was really invested in the podcast, I would be going to Wind Creek, Bethlehem.
Yeah, that would be a more reasonable, that's more likely, it seems like.
Like, I could drop the kids off, get there by 10 in the morning, 10:15, have 5 solid hours, and then drive home and pick up the kids.
But you will not do that either.
Well, the problem with Wind Creek, Bethlehem is you're just going there to gamble.
Mm-hmm.
And we've established I don't actually like to gamble.
Right, you don't like gambling. Howdy, it's Wednesday, May 29th, 2024, and this is episode 229 of Due for a Win, the Atlantic City podcast. I'm Kyle Eskin, joined, as always, by Craig Stone. What's good, Craig?
I've got my coffee. Mm-hmm. I've got my solo trip plans all ready to go.
Yeah, for you going to Atlantic City in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, June 13th to the 14th. We discussed this in the pre-show.
We discussed this last episode, too, about you doing the solo trip in general.
Oh, yeah, we did discuss me doing a solo trip.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that I had this June 14th off. I just got that message from work. And so, of course, the first thing in my head was okay, I've got something until 2 p.m. on Thursday, and then I can just take off the rest of the day. I can drive to Atlantic City. I can go to a happy hour. I can stay at Hard Rock. I can go to Lucky Snake. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do
You're
chores.
Doing none of that.
I'm going to do a ton of laundry. I'm going to wash a bunch of dishes. I'm going to mow the lawn. I'm going to do a workout, and I'm going to go get groceries. That will be my Friday, June 14th. No Lucky Snake.
Going to be great.
No The Seed.
I mean, it's 90 minutes from you. You really should go.
Atlantic City?
Yeah.
It's 2 hours. It's pretty much done in 2 hours, which is not bad. It's really not a bad trip. I mean, we also talked about Wind Creek. That's only about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. Do it.
The problem with Wind Creek is I'm sort of if I'm going to drive an hour and 15 minutes to go to Wind Creek, wouldn't I rather drive 2 hours to go to Atlantic City?
Probably. But you're not going to do either, so it doesn't matter.
The other option, go north. Take the train to Mohegan Sun. I don't know, I'd take the train and not drive, other than driving in Connecticut sucks. Take the train also allows me to drink on Friday and then come home and be all buzzed when I go pick up the kids. That's always a good look.
Yeah.
Always the best.
I'm glad we've discussed this in detail because it will surely happen.
There's a psychological thing that when you tell people that you're going to do something, you're way more likely to do it. It's not how I operate. I don't abide by that. Always, once, never. I have a dumb one for you.
Okay.
I've been trying to figure out how to divide up the slots, and I don't think there's a way to categorize them easily. So I'm just going slightly more specific categories of slots. The first category being pig games. These include Rich Little Piggies, your favorite, Rakin' Bacon, Piggy Bankin', Huff and More Puff. None of these things are actually related to each other. It's not like Buffalo, which we'll get to, where Buffalo is basically a brand of slots. These things are all totally different manufacturers and everything. But we're just doing pig games as a category. Buffalo and all its variations, and Heidi and all its variations. So those are the three. Pig games, Buffalo, Heidi. Always, once, never.
This is tough.
Never, never, never for you?
No. So for me, I think I've only played Buffalo twice in my life, and I got absolutely stone cold nothing on it. So that, I think, is an easy never. I don't feel like I need to play Buffalo anymore, ever again.
I enjoy Buffalo a lot. It actually gives you line hits, which is nice. A lot of the games are very, you're not getting anything on bets unless you get a bonus. All the pig games are like that, to a frustrating degree.
I mean, I think a lot of slots give you a lot of line hits, but in my experience, it's you bet 90 cents and your line hits are 12 cents or something like that. And I find that very frustrating too.
Buffalo you'll actually get a line hit that's $10 or $20. You'll get real line hits, not those line hits that are a fraction
where
of
it's
a bet back.
You cannot lose a bet of slots, but you're making 10 cents on a 90-cent bet or
right.
whatever. And by making, I mean losing 80 cents on a 90% bet.
But one really frustrating thing about Buffalo is a lot of times you'll get the bonus and you'll be like, yes, finally, and then it'll be an $8 bonus. There are very dead spin bonuses in Buffalo sometimes, so you need re-triggers to have a good bonus in Buffalo. But, so you Buffalo into the ocean for you.
Yeah, I think that's clear.
Okay.
I like Heidi. It's been very bad for me in recent memory. There was a time when I used to get bonuses in Heidi, but that time has long since passed. I do sort of enjoy it, though. If people are sitting down and playing Heidi, I'm not above putting $100 in and just losing it all. Do I want to do that every trip?
Yeah.
Probably not. So probably once more for Heidi. Every trip, some pig game, because there's a large variety I can choose from.
That is true. Heidi, I find very enjoyable. Like you said, with multiple people. Like, it's just a fun time to sit around and hope you get the song. And then if one person gets the song, everybody gets to sing the song. I have had some very nice bonuses on Heidi, but I would say I'm definitely way, way, way down lifetime in Heidi.
I mean, you get a lot of dudes in Heidi, and that's always what you want.
Do Hans.
The dudes, man, that's the secret of Heidi.
Yeah, it's the line hits on the dudes. It's not the not the Heidi bonus.
No, it's the dude.
The song is everything, though. Singing the song is everything.
Get to say that's a lot of dudes.
So you're going pig games always.
Yeah, I think so.
Heidi once, Buffalo never.
Yeah.
I can't go Buffalo never. I mean, I think I've got to go Buffalo always.
Yeah, you've got to go pig games never, right?
Pig games never. I do like piggy banking. I'm self-excluded from Rich Little Piggies. I've banned myself from that. Too frustrating.
Can you play Rich Little Hens, though, which I think is the same, just with the chicken instead of a pig?
Good question. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
Man, it would be sad to only play Heidi once more.
It would be sad. But I don't want to play that shit every time, either.
I probably do play Heidi every trip.
Yeah.
And you can put in $20.
Should I say Heidi always as well? No, there's like too many pig games. Pig games always, Heidi once. I'll live with it.
So I think this is very tough for me for a different reason than it is for you. Like, either Buffalo or Heidi, I would be very sad to have only one more time and then never be able to play again. I think I would be more fine with not playing Buffalo, though. I think I got to go Buffalo once, Heidi always, even though Heidi is definitely, like, I think probably a worse song.
You have so many memories of Buffalo, though, right? Didn't you almost miss a bus because you had a Buffalo bonus that would not end?
That sounds right.
It was many years ago when you were taking the bus.
Kept hitting new spins and spins and spins, yeah. But I think I would be more upset about never playing Heidi again. I could find some Buffalo substitute, and I think that would be fine.
There's no substitute for Hans.
But there's no substitute for Hans. There's no substitute for the song. Like, sometimes you're just in the casino and you're like, I need to hear the Heidi song. Just like you are like, I need to hear the Wonder Woman song.
What's the best version of Heidi, do you think? Is it just the regular kind of mid-tier Heidi? It's not Heidi and Hannah, right? And it's not just when it was just Beer House or whatever the first one.
2000 or whatever it was. Yeah, I think it's Heidi's Beer House. Not Heidi and Hannah, just Heidi's Beer House.
I agree with that.
That's my favorite. It's everywhere, too. Like, you don't have... It's
you don't even see Heidi and Hannah, even though it's the newest one, that much anymore. It's always original Heidi.
Part of the problem with Buffalo is that they keep coming out with new ones, like Buffalo Chief, and like there's like a Hexbreaker style Buffalo where the things go up now. Like, all those suck. Like, those are all terrible games, and I'm always tricked into playing them.
Would this be different if like the Link games were one of these options for you? Like, you know, with the gongs and the...
Yeah, I thought about that, like Fire Link and Dragon Link and all that stuff. I think I always love the idea of them because they're huge on slot channels and you get to see people get these big wins. But like when you're playing at the level I'm playing at, you get those gongs and then you get like $6.50 because all the little balls are only worth 50 cents each or $1.
I mean, for me, just like hearing the gongs going off, it's like,
it's a good sound.
It's good.
It always sounds so much more impressive than the dollar amount is for me because I'm, as I said, betting 60 cents to spend. I mean, all those games are fun. I can just hear them in my head right now. The gongs, the little wild guy, the thing he says, whatever it is that's not in English. It's great.
Amazing.
But no, I don't think it changes anything. People absolutely love Huff and More Puff.
I've never played, I don't think.
I have had nothing but horrible luck on it. Just like put your money in, get nothing, get a bonus and get no mansions and just get like not even your bet back. So as much as I've seen lots of other people win lots of money on Huff and More Puff on slot channels, that has not been my experience.
It's not you.
Nope. We have news. The big thing being that a contractor that worked on the Island Water Park is suing Tower Investments, which you can just read as Bart Blatstein, saying that they are owed $1.81 million for work that they did on the Island Water Park. So that doesn't seem very good, I would say.
I mean, there's a long history in Atlantic City of people not paying their contractors.
That is absolutely correct.
Don't want to name any names, but there's been a lot of reporting about this.
So the article in the Press of Atlantic City by Michelle Brunetti Post says that the complaint by Parker Interior Plantscape Inc. of Plainfield, Union County, that's in New Jersey, seeks the sale of the water park to recoup what it is owed plus interest and to pay about 10 other contractors who are owed money. It's just not a great look. I mean, hopefully they'll settle in some way, but yeah, not great. Any thoughts? Any big overarching thoughts?
Doesn't seem great that apparently, allegedly, people haven't been paid, but I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, hopefully they settle somehow and this goes away, but it's not great that apparently people think they haven't been paid.
In the complaint from the lawyer for the contractor, the lawyer basically says, Blattstein operates all these things as separate entities without adequate capitalization and or without any of the requirements to operate these entities so that they are solvent and can meet their respective debts. And what they're talking about there is the Showboat Hotel, the water park.
Also sounds a lot like Atlantic City.
The Lucky Snake, basically everything going on at Showboat. So harsh critique of the Showboat, as you'd expect in a lawsuit against them. But I think we had said this before the water park even opened, which is like my theory is that Blattstein has no desire to run a water park. He wants to sell this entire thing. Mm-hmm. And that has not happened. So I don't know what that means. It's just bad.
Yeah, I mean, I can say all I know is mechanics liens are serious business. If that gets put on, that's a bad thing. But if you're adequately protected by having separate LLCs, yeah, I have no idea how it would go. But if the court decides that you were doing some shady stuff, they can break through your separate LLCs.
That is what the complaint's trying to do, is to say, like, basically
break
all these things are Bart Blattstein, so they should all be treated as one thing. I think
that's not good enough. That doesn't matter. Yeah. But it's like if he is intentionally doing shady things, then maybe you could do it. So it doesn't matter that he's the one that actually owns and operates all these.
As we get more updates, we'll provide more updates.
Yep.
We have more news.
So King's Pub has added an outdoor patio. All I can say looking at the picture is that the ground is very red.
It is. I can't tell from the picture, is it really just these 3 picnic tables? It has to be more picnic tables than that, right?
Didn't they have picnic tables always out there, though? Even when it was Piccalilli?
Not that I remember. Someone can tell us if there were picnic tables, but the photo
there were
several picnic tables, one with an old lady at it, and then a little bar under a tent that has a mixed drink menu, a frozen drink menu. So it seems like you can just go there and drink outdoors. I'm guessing summer weekends or whatever, in-season weekends is when this thing will be open. I'd probably just go sit inside, honestly. Like, sitting in the parking lot doesn't
I agree.
Sound as nice to me, even on this beautiful red carpet.
In the spring or in the fall, maybe nice. In the summer, I'd certainly rather be inside.
Yeah.
It's hot out there.
It's no beer garden, that's for sure. Like, if I'm choosing
it's no beer garden.
Or even Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall is like...
It's got a big fenced-in area.
It's a much nicer place to drink outside, I think, than this King's Pub thing. But, hey, King's Pub, keep trying stuff. Keep doing stuff.
I mean, the food was good when we went.
It was good.
Those buffalo oysters or whatever. Delicious.
I can go sit on one of those picnic tables on my solo trip. That's 100% definitely
Order
happening.
some fried buffalo oysters.
Sounds good.
They were good.
You know where I'd really like to sit on my solo trip that's 100% definitely happening? The bar at the beer garden.
Yeah, it was nice.
Watch some baseball. Talk to the manager guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the news except for the data.
Data. Yeah, we have data. At first blush, the top line number is that Atlantic City is down a little bit over 6% year over year in April of 2024. Digging into it a little bit, basically every casino is more or less down or even, except for Hard Rock, which is up 6%, on slightly below average luck, too, I think. The big losers were all of the CET properties, which were down between 10 and 25%.
Yes. Harrah's down almost 25. Yeah, not great.
Randomly, Ocean was down 16% year over year, and that was not luck related, so I don't know what happened in Ocean in April. Oh, they closed for a day, right? Was that in April?
Oh, yeah, they did have that whole mess, and then they had to reschedule it.
Uh-huh. So maybe that does explain it a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, we'll hope that's it. Because, they're reliably up, 12, 15, 16% every month.
Yeah, and they were down huge, so...
The last time they were down year over year was July 2023, and that was the only time in all of 2023 that they were down year over year. So, yeah, that jumped out right away, but I think you're right about the...
They had to
hiccups.
Close the casino for at least 24 hours, and you said they rescheduled. And
it was just overnight. I don't think it was 24 hours.
12 hours. Okay.
But they also shortened the comp expiration period
Maybe the people are mad.
So I was like, oh, people are pissed, but that's probably not actually what is happening here.
Well, we'll see what happens in May and June. We'll have more clarity then.
You did not mention April 2023 was a full 5-weekend month.
It was, and that can only happen one way in a 30-day month. That means that the first was a Friday.
I think the first might have been a Saturday, actually. So maybe that doesn't count as a full 5-weekend month. Yeah, the first was a Saturday. So Friday was the 31st. So,
all right.
But April 2024 was a standard 4-weekend month. So that probably explains the percentage, like 6%.
Yep.
I feel like that's usually
that's probably about right.
And when we see it the other way, like a 5-weekend month, we usually see like plus 5 or 6%. So I think that probably makes sense. Borgata up 0.5%, resorts up less than 0.1%.
It's important to say it's good to see Borgata starting to do a bit better.
Yeah, because they were down every month before this, right?
So we'll see if they continue turning it around. But I don't think there's too much more to say about the data. Fairly standard month, except for Ocean's real anomaly. But everything else is what you would expect, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Caesar's just standing out as the disappointment.
We say that every month.
Yeah, it's been the trend for a long time now. So they need to sort this out.
Pick up the pace.
Here is 25%, man. It's terrible.
That's not very good.
All right. So there's profit data. I know a lot of people made a big deal. A lot of people. There was a Wayne Perry article about profit being down 10%. But
I mean, there's more. I think I have to look into the profit. But I did end up looking at the profit a little bit last night. And it looks fine to me. Like some of the worst performing casinos in 2023 did a bit better. Like Bally's, a couple went down. Like Resorts was probably the most concerning. But I think most of the profitability looked normal to me. Nothing really jumped out as crazy. I don't have too much else to say.
You were not completely jarred by the down 10%?
Nope. I need to read like specifically the Resorts like actual financial statement because I think something weird is happening because they used to have the Resorts Digital as a standalone, and then I think like a lot of that got sent to DraftKings or whatever. And like I don't know if it actually shows up in the normal numbers or it might be in an appendix or something somewhere because it seems like they just lost their online revenue and it did not show up anywhere else in Resorts. So I think, there's probably some more research I could do. But yeah, nothing really stood out as particularly alarming or positive, neither positive nor negative seeming.
Totally random note about Resorts is that we mentioned a few episodes ago that Mohegan Sun, they were like ending their partnership with the Mohegan Sun. The Virgin Hotel in Las Vegas also is ending their partnership with the Mohegan Sun. So I wonder if Mohegan Sun is just like getting out of the business of managing other people's casinos.
Do you know, were they part owners of the one in Vegas as well? Because they do own 10% of Resorts or something, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the one in Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, I certainly had a lot of good times there when it was the Hard Rock. So
that was a great little casino. Fun place. Fun place. We have mailbag questions.
All right.
Well, one's actually not a mailbag question to us. It's something that you sent to me on the Reddit pointing out. I figured it was worth talking about because other people probably have the same question.
So a Redditor asked, I have comps at the Chelsea Classic at Trop or Forum Tower at Caesars. Which should I choose? So your reply was oof.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
I mean, I think I said when we were talking about going with my brother last time that I think I would rather just not go if those are my only two options. Like I would seriously consider just not going to AC if it was a time when those were my only two options.
I personally, if I could get West Tower, would certainly take West Tower over either of those, I think. My sense is that the Chelsea, like the walls were like so thin and flimsy, I would rather stay at the Forum Tower, but like it is so awful, like how much light comes through those windows.
Yeah, I mean the Forum Tower renovations are definitely nicer than the Chelsea Classic Tower. I think the other stuff about the Forum Tower is worse.
I mean, I just remember like someone closed their door in the hall in your...
Oh, yeah,
like
in Chelsea.
When we were in the Chelsea Tower, and it felt like an earthquake.
Yeah, the doors are very heavy and the walls are very thin. It's not a great combo. If you're getting comped at Chelsea, like how much could West or Havana really be, right? Like at some point I'm just paying the $100.
No, I would rather stay in Forum than pay $200 for Havana, personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no question.
I don't know. If it's me solo, I would probably choose Forum. Between these two, I would choose Forum.
I would also choose Forum, I think.
But I wouldn't be happy about it. Like if it's a summer
it wouldn't be great.
Saturday or something, or Friday,
yeah.
And that's like my only option, and nobody's staying in the room with me, yes.
I mean, I might rather choose whatever the worst tower at Harrods is, honestly, over either of these. Is it like Bayview now? They've refurbished everything so recently that what used to be the newest is the oldest. Waterfront, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if it's summer, I'd probably want to be on the boardwalk. But this is a tough choice. This, I'm sure a lot of people have these two as their comp rooms on their Caesars calendar. So
yep. Usually you'll have West as well, and I personally would choose West over either.
I agree. People complain a lot about West. We talked about that in our trip report.
You've never been, man.
People do not like the West Tower. But
Should have gone. Should have gone last trip.
The wild card here is the Inn at the Irish Pub.
That we always talk about and we'll never stay in.
It's like $69 a night or something, right?
Yeah.
You can pay a little extra to get your own bathroom.
Shared bathrooms, like in college. Mm.
Yeah. So we got some questions from Tom L., who we met.
Yeah.
These questions actually came before the trip report. So one of the questions, I think I need to make that clarification. But he has some questions about Pai Gow tiles, which I know you'll like. He says, I know you guys have talked about Pai Gow tiles before, but I think I'm going to give it a shot at some point this summer. I've watched a few videos and have been playing on an app. It seems like you guys have stopped playing as much as you used to, or maybe just Kyle plays every trip and doesn't talk about it. Maybe you just grew out of favor with the game.
I play every trip that I can. I mean, you haven't played... Well, you played at Borgata a couple trips ago, right?
Yeah, maybe for a little bit, but...
For a little bit.
Not a lot.
And the infamous Rusty Nail night.
Yeah, it must have.
But yeah, beyond that, I don't think you've played in like 5 years or something.
Right.
Maybe
I mean,
not
I've
5 years, but...
played so few table games, period.
Right.
I mean, you obviously talked about playing tiles a lot last trip, so that's why I made the note that this was sent before last trip.
I mean, I haven't played in a while because Trop just doesn't have a table anymore. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this in our trip report, but it's gone now. It's completely gone. So it's gone the way of Resorts, which also used to have a table, and that's gone.
Yeah, so this mostly answers question 3, which does every or most Asian gaming area have tiles, and are table minimums as high as Baccarat?
No, usually it's cheaper than Baccarat.
There's not much online info that I found about tiles in AC. I know the Hard Rock Asian table game area is great, but I think we'll mostly be at Borgata and Caesars this trip.
Yep. So Borgata still has yellow chips, which are $20. So you'll see probably $40 like Friday, Saturday nights, and $20 most of the rest of the time. And Caesars uses green chips, which I think is just worse because you want to bet in increments of 20 if you don't like getting quarters. So Caesars, you'll get probably $50 tables, kind of Friday, Saturday nights, and 25 during the week, or like every other time.
Right. So if you're used to, Pai Gow Poker.
It should be the same limits as Pai Gow Poker.
Yeah, 5% commission, so.
And should be less than the Baccarat in the Asian rooms, which is usually 100.
Yeah, and so I think part of the thing where you maybe seem like you're not playing as much is that it's harder to find. So it definitely has left several properties, like you said, Tropicana and Resorts.
I don't know if it's in Harrah's or not, because we haven't been in so long. I don't think it was ever in Golden Nugget. So Borgata has it. Ocean, last time I checked, had it. Hard Rock has it. Caesars has it. Does Bally's even have it?
I doubt it.
I don't think so. I walked through Bally's. I didn't go into the Asia room, though, to see if they had tiles or not. But yeah, it might be down to just 4 or 5 casinos in Atlantic City that still have them. And a couple of years ago, every casino certainly had them.
Yep. So Tom also says, I like Pai Gow Poker, and it's nice that new players can always ask how to set the hand. Are dealers and players this friendly in tiles?
For the most part, yes. I think you'll meet a certain kind of player. Sometimes it's like in a big hurry to get through as many hands as possible. It'll be like a little bit annoyed seeming if you ask every time. But for the most part, yeah, always, just ignore that player and just ask if you want. And worst comes to worst, they'll just storm off and go to some other table.
Yeah, I mean, my experience is that most of the time the players at the table really enjoy talking about the best way to do it. And like whether that's house way or disagreeing with the house way or, I do it this way. It seems like they have fun with that. So I only once was somewhere where somebody stormed off after I misset a hand. That was great. That was at Caesars. But otherwise, yeah, generally I would say the players at Pai Gow are pretty, it's a slow game. They seem to sort of know that going into it. And so that's part of what makes it fun.
Yeah, no, it's a good game. I definitely recommend, put some reps in first, but just go sit down, especially if the table's empty somewhere, and I think you'll pick it up pretty quickly, and people are going to be happy to help. Certainly the dealers will always help you.
Yeah, study the pairs, and like you said...
Study the pairs, know the 2 wild cards, and that's it. That's all you need to know. Is just, like, the tricky parts are the non-matching pairs, and memorizing the 2 wilds so that you always recognize them right away is like, that could be 3 or 6.
Yeah, if you're on an iPhone, there's an app called Practice Pai Gow Tiles. It's by JG Omni Media LLC. You know, like if you're used to a blackjack trainer that tells you if you're doing it wrong, it does that. So that's nice. It's, you know, it just deals tiles and then you set it, and you can either ask it to show you the house way or you can set it yourself and it'll tell you if you're right or wrong, and it'll tell you by what percentage wrong you are. So like sometimes you're wrong, but it really doesn't make that much of a difference. And sometimes you're wrong and it's like, oh, you really messed up.
I haven't had an app in quite a long time on my phone, but for Android, there's also an app that will tell you if you have not set your hand house way.
Yeah. So it's like a huge help because it sort of forces you to learn, like, when do you do, you know, 9-0 and stuff like that, or whatever, 0-9. So that kind of stuff is the stuff that you need to learn that I still have not learned. And that's where you also ask the dealer or the other people at the table. It's making me want to play some tiles. I've been doing the app.
Oh, you have?
In preparation.
Paul says he's going to do the app again before he comes next time.
Yeah, in preparation for my declaration that I'm going to actually play table games. But not on my solo trip. That is 100% happening.
Yeah,
I won't play any table games then.
I think the last thing is there is one more piece of news, which is at this time next week I will be not quite on a plane, but I'll be at the airport certainly, because I'm going to go to the meetup trip in Colorado. I know it was announced on the last You Can Bet on that. So if any of you are planning on heading out to Blackhawk next week from the 6th through the 9th, I will be there from the 5th through the 8th. So I will have a good bit of overlap. I'll probably be doing a decent bit of hiking and stuff in the mornings, but you'll definitely see me around the tables in the afternoons and evenings, I think.
Are there a bunch of like scheduled events?
Yeah, there's a schedule. So I'm clearly skipping everything Saturday, Sunday, because I leave kind of early-ish on Saturday. Yeah, I'll be going to a few of the things. I know Friday night, I think they want to go to Central City and do some squeeze game for $10, which is definitely 100% what I'm all about. So you'll be seeing me at a bunch of the scheduled events if you're going. So look forward to meeting some of you out there.
Are you going to wear a Do for a Win shirt, bright red preferably?
Probably not. We need to get shirts that quaint art, so...
Loud?
Yeah, loud. That would be good.
Someday that will happen.
We'll see. Maybe I'll bring my red Do for a Win shirt.
Maybe other people will be wearing their Do for a Win shirts.
I know at meetups, there have been meetups without us involved with a lot of Do for a Win shirts, so...
It's true.
I will bring my red Do for a Win shirt, because it is the much louder of the two shirts.
You should wear it hiking, because it's for safety purposes.
Yeah.
Because it's that loud. I think actually the next shirts we get are going to be like bright hunting orange.
Yeah, going to be like gold leafed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect.
It's going to be good.
It'll actually have neon lighting on it.
Right. It'll be like the shirts on the boardwalk that have like a battery pack.
Yeah, and they move to the music. I think that sounds perfect. It's like basically just a decibel meter. Yeah, I'm jealous of your Blackhawk trip.
I know.
Have tons of fun. I'm sure it'll be awesome.
You should go, man. My tickets were like $40 on Frontier.
That's really cheap. Good luck with Frontier. Tell me your experience.
Each way. Frontier was totally fine going home from Vegas. I see no reason why it wouldn't be fine this time.
What were you telling me not to take? Oh, Sun Country?
No, not Sun Country. Allegiant.
Oh, Allegiant. Yes. Okay.
Allegiant's fine. It's fine, I think.
But I did not book Allegiant for that Wisconsin trip. Anyways, Blackhawk, Colorado, if you're going, I'm jealous.
I'll be there.
Fun.
Yeah.
I will not be there. I'm using too much leave already. Plus, I've got to save up a couple of hours for my solo AC trip. That's definitely happening.
Yep. So, like I said, hopefully I'll look forward to seeing you there. And with that, if you have any questions for either of us or any of our other listeners, you can post them in our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/do4a-win. Find all of our great content and buy one of the new shirts Craig's making at doforwin.com. Reach out to Craig on Twitter at doforwin and me at Kyle Askin, and send Craig questions to doforwin@gmail.com, and we will answer them on air. How's our inbox?
We've got a couple of the same always once never suggestions.
Okay.
We've got a couple mailbag questions from Tom L that I think we need to do some thinking about before we can just plop them into the agenda. So that's why I didn't add them today.
Just for a little preview, we were talking before the episode about how, we're going to have probably a weird schedule a little bit this summer. So we may need to record just a mailbag episode to keep our schedule at least a little bit consistent. Else we're going to have to skip a bunch of weeks. So it's a good time to send in mailbag questions if you have them.
Yeah, we have alternating vacation weeks. That's going to make it hard to record.
Yeah.
The other thing I would say also before we sign off is if anybody's looking to buy a water park, you can contact Tower Investments LLC.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. I'll see some of you in Colorado, I'm sure. And we'll talk to you all in a couple weeks.
I expect to see lots of pictures on Facebook of Kyle in Colorado socializing.
Not me posting them.
No, I need other people to post them because I need proof
Yeah.
that Kyle was socializing. Because if you know Kyle, he's not the social one of the two of us, I would say.
I think that is definitely true.
Speaking of Hard Rock,
Uh-huh.
I sent you a picture of the
Indeed.
SR-71.
SR-71.
I didn't send you a picture of the back, which is even more gaudy, but
I mean, it's a good looking plane. You have to.
it is. It's a sexy plane.
You gotta respect game.
I also found a collection of old Hard Rock Cafe shirts that I got when I was like 14 and then didn't fit me from like 17 to, 25 and now would fit me again.
I just gave away my Hard Rock shirt that I got at the opening of Hard Rock Atlantic City because it was too small. So.
Oh, mine's already.
Yeah. No, I think it was made of like the worst
It was very cheap.
cotton in the world.
But my favorite thing about the Hard Rock shirts I found is it was London, Montreal, which I feel like those are pretty good, and then Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. Because if you have a chance to buy a Hard Rock Cafe t-shirt from 20 minutes from where your parents live and you're 14 years old, you absolutely 100% do it.
I mean, we went to the Hard Rock Cafe all the time in Baltimore and never bought a shirt. Not once.
Right. That would be the normal thing to do, to not buy a shirt.